I stand in support of the Women's Reservation Bill. Yesterday, I was listening to the discussion, and the issue of the Sengol came up. And there was a conversation, a to and fro, about the Sengol. And also a little bit about the conversation about the transfer of power from the British to the people of India. Before handing over power to the people of India, the British asked the leadership of the freedom movement, who are we going to transfer power to? And of course, there was a little bit of arrogance in this statement, because they viewed India as a poor country. And the revolutionary answer that our freedom fighters gave was, we are going to transfer power to the people of India. So we became a country that from its inception gave the vote to all our women. And this was a revolutionary thing at the time. We also gave the vote to every single community. And the vote was a mechanism of transfer of power. It was designed to further transfer power to the people of India. And if you look at the journey from independence, it's been that journey. It's been a constant transfer of power, more and more and more power to the people of India, on one side. And on the other side, the counter idea, that take away power from the people of India. This is the fight that is going on. And in fact, in many ways, it is the fight that is taking place today. Huge step forward in the transfer of power to the women of India was Panchayati Raj, where they were given reservation and they were allowed to enter the political system at scale.
भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस की तरफ मैं नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम 2023 के समर्थन में खड़ी हुई। धुएं से भरी हुई रसोई से लेकर रोशनी से जगमगाती हुई स्टेडियम तक भारत की स्त्री का सफर बहुत लंबा है, लेकिन आखिरकार उसने मंजिल को छू लिया है। उसने जन्म दिया, उसने परिवार चलाया, उसने पुरुषों के बीच तेज दौड़ लगाई और असीम धीरज के साथ अक्सर खुद को हारते हुए लेकिन आखिरी बाजी में जीतते हुए देखा। भारत की स्त्री के हृदय में महासागर जैसा धीरज है। उसने खुद के साथ हुई बेईमानी की शिकायत नहीं की और सिर्फ अपने फायदे के बारे में कभी नहीं सोचा। उसने नदियों की तरह सबकी भलाई के लिए काम किया है और मुश्किल वक्त में हिमालय की तरह अडिग रही। स्त्री के धैर्य का अंदाज लगाना नामुमकिन है। वह आराम को नहीं पहचानती और तक जाना भी नहीं जानती। हमारे महान देश की माँ है स्त्री, लेकिन स्त्री ने हमें सिर्फ जन्म ही नहीं दिया है, अपने आंसुओं, खून पसीने सींचकर हमें अपने बारे में सोचने लायक, बुद्धिमान और शक्तिशाली भी बनाया है।
नारी शक्ति वंदन विधेयक। समाजवादी पार्टी की हमेशा से यह मांग रही है कि पिछड़ा वर्ग महिला तथा अल्पसंख्यक महिला को भी इसमें सम्मिलित किया जाए, इसमें उनको आरक्षण दिया जाए। लोकसभा और विधानसभा में तो यह बिल लागू होगा, लेकिन हम ये पूछना चाहते हैं कि राज्यसभा और विधान परिषद में भी लागू होगा कि नहीं लागू होगा। 13 साल से यह बिल अटका हुआ था और लगभग 1 दशक पूरा होने जा रहा है भाजपा की सरकार को, और इस 1 दशक में जब लगभग पूरा होने जा रहा है तब इस सरकार को महिलाओं की याद आई है। तो आखिर क्यों, जब यह 10 वर्ष पूरे होने जा रहे हैं सरकार को, तो महिलाओं की याद आई है अब। मेरा यह सवाल है कि आने वाले चुनाव में यह लागू हो पाएगा कि नहीं लागू हो पाएगा, और जो विधानसभा के भी चुनाव होने जा रहे हैं, जो 5 राज्यों में होने जा रहे हैं, उसमें यह लागू हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा यह महिला विधेयक बिल।
Thank you, sir, for speaking. You're giving me this opportunity to speak on the Constitution 128th Amendment Bill 23. Sir, I stand on behalf of the Nationalist Congress Party in full support of this bill.
Speak on the women's reservation, the Nari Vandan Bill. At the very onset, let us remind ourselves that this is India, a country where the poet Kafi Azmi in 1940, 81 years ago, 82 years ago, before independence, wrote in his poem Aurat, "Ut meri jaan, mere saath hi chalna hai tujhe. Jannat ek aur hai, जो मर्द के पहलू में नहीं, उसकी आजाद रविश पर भी मचलना है तुझे। बन के तूफान छलकना है, उबलना है तुझे। उठ मेरी जान, मेरे साथ ही चलना है तुझे." This is in India, where Tagore in 1928 wrote in his poem Shobola, "Nari ki apon bhaggo joy koribar, keno nahi dibe odhikar, he bidhata? O Lord, why will you not give women the right to determine their own destiny?" This is in India, where in 1946, when the Constituent Assembly was elected, 15 seats went to women who helped to draft the Constitution. Both the United States and the United Kingdom saw lengthy suffragette movements before women were granted the right to vote. India's founders in 1947, April, agreed to the principle of universal adult suffrage, giving simultaneously the right to vote to women and to men. There was never any question of denying women the right to vote while giving it to men. All 15 members of the Constituent Assembly who were women rejected the demand for any special women's reservation on July 18, 1947. Member activist Renuka Roy noted that Vijayalakshmi Pandit has not been selected because she is a woman, nor was sex made a bar to the appointment. It is her proven worth that has been responsible for her appointment to the high office of ambassador to a land. The demand for special reservation is an insult to our intelligence and to our capacity. So sure were our founding mothers that this great land would not deny her women their rightful place based on merit.
We scripted history as our unmanned moon mission's lander module made a flawless soft landing, making us only the 4th country to achieve this feat and the first to reach the uncharted south pole of Earth's only natural satellite, the moon. It is fitting, sir, that as you proposed, we observe August 23rd as National Space Day in future. How far we have come since the late 1950s, when a classic photograph by Henri Cartier-Bresson showed Indian rocket parts being transported on a bullock cart. Let me take you back, sir, nonetheless, to when our nation's scientists, led by Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, began to develop the contours of India's nascent space program in the early 1960s. Back then, the coastal village of Thumba, in the outskirts of Thiruvananthapuram, was identified as an ideal location, given its latitude and natural geological features, to allow for rocket launches and allied research. Imagine, friends in this House, a sleepy village with golden beaches and palm-fringed coconut trees, populated largely by an overwhelmingly Catholic community of fisherfolk. The catch, however, was that the community of scientists had identified a land, a piece of an area of land, which housed in Tumba the Saint Mary Magdalene Church and the residence of the bishop himself, Peter Bernard Pereira, his own official residence. Now, in any other community or any other part of the world, even, the matter might have been put to rest right there. After all, the idea, the thought of displacing an active spiritual establishment would certainly have evoked outrage and fury, especially in today's India.
I myself have raised this issue of bringing the reservation bill many times in Parliament, and to many of my starred and unstarred questions, the government's reply was very consistent. They said that they have to involve all stakeholders, political parties, and then build a consensus before bringing the bill. I'd like to know what consensus was built, what discussions were held. This bill was brought shrouded in secrecy.
Yes.
We did not know why this session was called for. In the all-party leaders' meeting, there was no mention of this bill. I don't know if any of the political party leaders were called for discussions and deliberations about bringing the bill. And suddenly, the bill popped up from our computer screens like Jack in the Box. Is this going to be the way this government is going to function? Like we've suddenly seeing that there are lotuses blooming, springing from the uniforms of our secretariat staff. Is everything going to be a surprise like this?
देखिए, महिला होने के नाते ये कह सकती हूँ कि हमारा जो देश जितना कर रहा है महिला शक्ति के लिए, मुझे ये नहीं पता कि अगर वेस्ट के भी कोई कंट्रीज इतना करते, कितना भी हम बोलते हैं वहाँ इक्वालिटी है, ये है वो है, अगर वहाँ इक्वालिटी होती तो ये हिंदुस्तान में नहीं होता पहली बार कि ये बिल पास हो जा रहा है। इससे ये दिखता है कि हमारी गवर्नमेंट, हमारे जो प्रधानमंत्री है वो कितने सीरियस है महिलाओं को का रुतबा उठाने के लिए और उनको सेम दर्जा देने के लिए जो मर्दों को दे रखा है, चाहे वो पॉलिटिक्स में ही हो, क्योंकि पॉलिटिक्स में देखिए जितनी महिलाएं आए वो बहुत ज़रूरी है, अभी बहुत कम है। पहले भी लोगों ने बहुत कोशिश किया कि ये संसद में बिल पास हो जाए, बट वो पहल की चहल की, बट वो कुछ हुआ नहीं। मगर अब ये हो रहा है तो बहुत उम्मीद देता है हम जैसों को कि हमारी आवाज़ इस देश में सुनी जाएगी और उसका एक स्टेटस होगा।
और सब महिलाओं के लिए जो है ये एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है और ये आज नई पार्लियामेंट में कोई भी मुद्दा डिस्कस हो सकता था, कोई भी बिल आ सकता था, लेकिन महिलाओं की सुरक्षा को लेके, उनके आरक्षण को लेके, सशक्तिकरण को लेके इसको प्रायोरिटी दी गई। तो आई थिंक इससे पता चलता है कि जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी है, जो हमारे नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं, जो द हेड ऑफ द कंट्री हैं, हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर, उनकी क्या सोच है, उनकी क्या विचारधारा है महिलाओं को लेके। तो आई थिंक ही इज़ द बिगेस्ट फेमिनिस्ट एंड आई थिंक कि हमारा देश जो है वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा कामयाब और काबिल हाथों में है।